Greetings, I'm Solidus-Skully, and welcome back to the Freelancer commentary. Yes, preparing for takeoff, launching engines, going into space, getting ready to report for a mission at 909 or 909 or 0. Over.
There you are. 4 LSF wings from Fort Bush are searching the debris field for the rogue base. They've already taken prisoners. I'm uploading the coordinates for our search pattern. We'll rendezvous with another wing of fighters for our patrol. Hold on, there they are.
Gamma 6, Delta Patrol reports no hostile contacts.
Tell them to keep looking. One way or another, we'll find where those rogues are hiding.
And when we do, we will destroy them. Yeah. But in any case, this is pretty much part 2 of our mission, if you remember the previous part, where, yeah, that little transport we were taking from Fort Bush, that was just a diversion. A little bit of bait to sniffle them out. But yeah, in the meantime though, this is, well, very much an example of some of the main story content you're going to be doing, you know, destroying bases, hunting down enemy fighters, and, indeed, also a taste of some of the side missions that you can be doing, which, again, I suppose to sort of talk about it right now, you know, since you do have a bit of a distraction as the Liberty Rogues are off attacking someplace else. Yeah, you know, when it comes to what we're mainly going to be focusing on throughout the commentary, it's mainly just going to be the storyline missions with, you know, all the cutscenes involved, which admittedly is sort of cutting out a bit of your own fun, because one of the big things of Freelancer, as you will be discovering after the mission, is, well, spreading your wings and exploring, you know, a bunch of the serious systems. You don't quite have access to everything just yet, but, you know, by the time you get to jump gate access, the worlds are pretty much your oyster. Well, piece by piece, really. But again, there is a lot to explore, but, you know, I think for the sake of at least giving you a taste of the experience and, you know, just sort of showing you the best of what the game has to offer, pretty much just sticking to the critical path, which, yeah. I would recommend that you play it for yourself, but, rather unfortunately, Freelancer in recent years has become something of abandonware. Which, again, in other words, is basically meaning that, well, again, apart from, its very loyal modding community, yeah, not really too much else that, Freelancer is really known for. I don't think you can pick up the game on Steam, GOG, or anything else, so, yeah, sadly, unless of course you own a computer and some hardware from, you know, all the way back in 2003, as I'm lucky enough to happen to do, yeah, you're not going to be able to play this game, which is incredibly fucking saddening, because this game is just really fucking fun and has a lot of stuff worth offering, really. And, I mean, you might be thinking about modern alternatives, and, you know, it is worth noting that Chris Roberts, who was one of the, you know, head designers of this game, or designers, or at the very least a game director, I can't quite remember what his role in it specifically was, but, you know, he did have a lot of creative influence on this, was also creating a game that some of you might have heard of, called Star Citizen, that had a very botched Kickstarter campaign. That pissed everybody off. So the chance of even getting something similar to Freelancer by its, old designer is, well, yeah, it's basically pretty much fucked. Unless, of course, they're true to their word about their 2026 release date. But in any case, I'll save that for a bit later, but in any case, you know, as the old saying goes, mess with the Viper, and you'll get the thanks. But yeah, I mean, look at the fucking damage the Rogues did, man. I mean, that was a fucking Liberty battlecruiser, and, you know, they were able to disable that. No, the fires are most certainly not contained, my friend. You're still pretty smoking, and I'm pretty sure all the life support that you've lost has resulted in the deaths of several crew members, but, well, I mean, then again, I guess that does also sort of, well, again, add another aspect of the game that I love, is the sense that, yeah, space. It's incredibly beautiful, but at the same time, it's also incredibly fucking dangerous, and, well, again, very much the sea of the skies, for lack of a better phrase. You might not be, well, actually, technically, you would be dealing with, some of the things like, you know, space monsoons, which would basically be, you know, asteroid storms, dust storms, nebulas, you know, radioactive materials. Yeah, it very much is an ocean in and of itself. And, even on Earth's case, the oceans that, well, we still have a lot to plume the depths with, so, yes. There's plenty of things that can kill you in the great unknown. But in the meantime, we're gonna get back to searching for the Liberty Rogues base. No, they would, King. Because they're rogues. They ain't pleased by your freaks and rules. But anyway, as I was saying beforehand, this is very much a case of the sort of missions you'd be doing, you know, off the beaten path. Again, you can pretty much take jobs from any, you know, allegiance that you're friendly with, which again brings us to the whole idea of the reputation card. yeah, basically by doing missions for certain factions, or, you know, factions that are allied with certain factions, like say for example if you do a mission for, you know, the Liberty Navy, that would also boost your rank with the Liberty Police and, you know, Liberty Security Force, which is what, you know, Junie and King work for. And vice versa, again, if you happen to work for, you know, a third party that's, you know, neutral to a lot of other star systems, but is friendly with the, you know, Liberty Rogues, then you'll eventually bolster your relationship with the Rogues. And, you know, vice versa, again, even if you're not on the job and, you know, you end up attacking certain, you know, factions, that will in turn boost your reputation with, you know, the enemy factions of that faction. I know I'm making that sound a little bit more complicated than it is, but basically, you know, if you attack the enemies of your enemy's faction, you in fact become their frenemy and then eventually their friend. And what that does is that it basically allows you access to certain missions that you can get, you know, whenever you access, you know, the various pubs from their bases. You can pretty much talk to people to get missions. And in doing so, you know, you get some extra credits for your value, so it's either a case of, you know, destroy X amount of enemies, you know, attack a base, or, you know, escort some cargo, bringing it to and fro. And yeah, it's very much just Trent living his best life as a freelancer. He works for himself and he works for the paycheck, and by God, this is his big adventure to get a Sidewinder Fang, and by God, he'll get his drink one way or another. But yeah, putting all that aside though, Freelancer is very much, well, it's not entirely a game of your choice, because, I mean, again, in terms of the direct story path, you do need to be friendly with, you know, the LSF for the time being, and you do need to sort of, you know, associate yourself with, you know, King, Junie, and whoever else is major players of the game, but yeah, I mean, there is a post-game, and from there you can pretty much do whatever you want. Explore around the stars, find planets, galaxies, find some hidden goodies, and there is a lot to see and explore all throughout, you know, the star systems. I mean, again, I mentioned beforehand about how, you know, the different sleeper ships that colonize the different star systems, but yeah, mythology-wise, there is actually, you know, a part of the reason why a lot of the descendants of the Hispania that eventually became the likes of the Corsairs and, you know, those who live in the Hispania system, yeah, that's partially because their sleeper ship, the Hispania, had actually broken down in space, and they ended up settling on one of the planets and ended up becoming a criminal organization. And, yeah, you can actually find the wreckage of the Hispania floating out there in space, which is, again, just little things like that, just quite cool stuff you can find and explore, and, well, including a few other tasty little treats, which unfortunately you're not going to be seeing throughout a lot of this commentary, unless I decide to make a bonus video out of it, but, yeah, let's just say there is also a literal Planet of the Apes, if you choose to go out of your way and explore all the way to, one of the far-out sectors into, Planet Gamu. Again, like this, again, it's not just silly shit like that either, it's just like a whole bunch of hidden stuff, which is just, it's exciting and it fills me with joy, really.
Trent, take the lead. Understood.
We're going after you, and by the way, your afterburner does actually have a bit of a limited thrust capacity, so, yeah, again, if you want to chase people down, I highly recommend either using your cruise control, although, again, by using the cruise missiles, you do also lose out on free flight, so you're pretty much just going straight up in one direction, unless, of course, you, you know, alter your coordinate trajectory, so, yeah. But, I mean, at the same time, though, like, a lot of these flight controls come very easily. I mean, especially considering that, again, this is all done using the mouse. Like, you're not using a joystick or anything, you're pretty much just flying this with your mouse and, you know, maneuvering across the screen with ease, really. Which, I mean, again, Digital Anvil was bought out by Microsoft around about this point in time, so, again, it does kind of surprise me that they never made a port of this game for the original Xbox or Xbox 360 or whatever. Because, I mean, I feel like the control scheme would work fairly well, and I don't think it'd be too difficult to map out, you know, some of the, you know, commands and controls to, you know, like the shoulder buttons or, you know, the Y button or whatever to switch between menu items, so, yeah, it's kind of odd why they never really thought to port it, but either way, in this little area of the Badlands, we have finally found the Liberty Rogues base, but, yeah, if you're kind of expecting to sort of take out its health, well, you're not going to be doing shit with your dinky little blaster pistols, because, oh, this pile of junk we're flying doesn't quite have enough, you know, firepower. So that's why we pretty much need to wait. Well, no, they're pretty much already here in this case, so, yeah, they're pretty much going to be launching torpedoes, which, yeah, again, to kind of talk about some of the additional firepower you can actually get access to as Trent. Yeah, again, you can pretty much have, you know, missiles which you can utilize to either take down shields, you know, take down vast swaths of their health, or indeed, you can also have countermeasures where if enemies try to launch missiles at you, you can pretty much, you know, launch out some flares into, you know, other countermeasures to, you know, lock them off your trail and, you know, keep yourself safe and protect those delicious shields of yours. See, that's some of the cool things you can do in Freelancer. It's, again, not something that changes the gameplay outright, but again, it does seem to utilize, like, a lot of the, you know, aspects of, you know, dogfighting, but, you know, keeps it within space. And again, it's mechanically very simple and easy to utilize, but at the same time, it's also got enough depth so that, again, you can outfit your ship however you want to, and on the whole, things are pretty cool, dude. And yeah, things that are colored in white is pretty much, you know, it's pretty much there for your tractor beam. Which again, you do have as your scanner, which we don't technically have just yet, but that does also bring me into a bit of trivia where, yeah, the whole idea of having a scanner and a tractor beam was initially meant to be customizable equipment that, well, was cut out of the game due to the game's fucky development cycle, so, yeah, kinda sucks, but, yeah, that was really meant to tie in with the game's dynamic trading system that I will get into a little bit later, and that is actually going to be a bit of a topic in the upcoming cutscene as well, so I stay my tongue. But I mean, even still though, yeah, I'll get into some of Freelancer's development aspects as we go on, because I do kind of want to pace myself. This game is very chatty, and I do want to kind of talk about the gameplay aspects as they come up, but, you know, also leave enough story content to talk about, because again, as you can see with all the radio chatter and indeed the cutscene heaviness of the game, although, then again, that might just be purely because I've been playing like a lot of very gameplay-focused titles like Streets of Rage, Comic Zone and all that, but yeah, you know, we got a lot of story content, and yeah, hopefully you guys are having fun, I'm having fun, then we are all having fun, as King departs to go off and refuel his ship, and yeah, from this point on, you are pretty much allowed to sort of explore the galaxy and, you know, do whatever else, but yeah, you need to make sure that you advance your rank, which you can do by, you know, completing missions and, you know, advancing till you get to a certain level. Then you'll eventually get contacted by a junior or king or whoever mission giver is there to continue the story, at which point you pretty much report back to Planet Manhattan, so, yeah, I'm pretty much going to be, since I'm focusing purely on story here, I'm pretty much just going to be jumping to and fro to the various pubs and space stations that we need to land on, and continue the plot. So, in that case, I am Solidus-Skully, keep it new metal, and, yeah, next time on Freelancer, we're going to be tackling our next mission as you'll be seeing in the cutscene, and I hope you dudes and dudettes enjoy yourself. Catch you later.
Good to see you again, Trent.
Well, now that we're all here, the LSF has an important mission for you. Are you interested?
Yeah, sounds good.
Alright, here are the details. The LSF has got a line on a smuggler who's been moving artifacts in and out of Liberty space.
What sort of artifacts? Alien. They're very old and fetch a huge price among collectors as high art. Liberty purposely monitors and restricts their trade, but the LSF is about to ban them altogether under orders of the President.
Can I finish, please? Okay. This smuggler's name is Sean Ashcroft. He's been under investigation for a while. Now we have information that he's going to try and move a shipment into New York through the Colorado Gate. We want him. Your job is to stop the convoy before it reaches New York and bring him in for interrogation. Now he's probably got help, so be careful. I'm uploading the access code to the Colorado Gate into your neuronet now. I'll also have a scanner and tractor beam installed in your ship.
Wait. Tell him about the bonus.
What about the bonus?
I've got the access codes to the rest of the Liberty Gates. You can have them once you deliver Ashcroft.
Really?
Really.
Trent, I got a pit stop to make. I'll see you in space.
All right. Lonnigan, is that you? When did they release you from medical?
You think you're safe, but you're not.
What are you talking about?
What do you think happened on Freeport 7,
It was blown to dust, like my ship, my ore shipment, and my million credits that, by the way, you still owe me.
Easy come, easy go.
No. We had a deal.
A deal that died with the station. Oh, that all seems so long ago now. Doesn't matter anyway. They want us all dead.
Who wants us all dead?
Men, government men, you know. They'll find the manifest. They'll know who was there. They're already after me. Yeah. But I'm smart. I escaped from medical.
Wait, you what? You escaped?
Had to. They came for me, Trent. Because of what I saw on the station. I saw what did this to us. To me. There were these ships. But they weren't there. They weren't...
Lonnigan, you're not making sense.
You don't understand. They know me now. I'm not safe here anymore. None of us are. Trent, we gotta get off Manhattan.
Hey, wait, Lonnigan! Hey, where do you think you're...